Mayweather Promotions CEO says Caleb Plant knows he's going to win versus Canelo Alvarez, a brand new fight that was just announced. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Do the game a solid. Throw a like on the video. When you guys hit the thumb up, it's free. It takes a couple seconds, but that simple gesture, throwing a like on the video, identifies this video as content that others could be looking for, trying to get the information, the knowledge, and the updates on the sweet science boxing. So throw a like on the video. Let's get into it. Leonard ELLERBE, Mayweather Promotions CEO, he talked about a brand new fight that was just announced officially. I made videos about that. Check those videos. And that's Canelo versus Caleb Plant. Me, I love the fight. Very happy, elated for Caleb Plant, for him to get this opportunity. And it's the 4-belt era. Caleb Plant says, you got to come see me. 4-belt era, chance for all the belts. Hell of an opportunity for both fighters. Canelo has never done this. Caleb Plant has never fought someone, you know, as revered as Canelo. So all in all, it's a great fight. Canelo has never been, like I said, undisputed in any division. So this is really a new opportunity for both fighters. And I like it, right? And we'll start with the actual caption. So Breadman Boxing said, people in boxing are so prideful, they can never admit when they are wrong. People blame Caleb Plant for a failed negotiations, despite the reports saying the holdup was Canelo's terms. That's the ESPN. So he's telling you, remember, but wait, there's more. Remember, Ego Stradamus strikes again. He said people are so prideful, they can't admit when they're wrong. Sounds like someone else we know. People blame Caleb Plant for the failed negotiations, despite the ESPN reports saying the holdup was Canelo's terms. Now that the deal is back on, Plant is selling his belt. You ever think maybe he thinks he can win? Man, I told you, the Canelo Cinnabon radical fans, they just saying whatever. 1 minute they blame PBC, they blame Al Heyman, they blame Caleb Plant. They said they're the holdup. Regardless of Caleb Plant in the ESPN interview saying, if anybody doubts what I'm telling you, we got receipts. And despite the fact that we now know with the fight being announced, Canelo came back to those talking points and came back to secure this fight when he could have just stayed on DAZN and fought Dimitri Bivol. But I don't want to get sidetracked. Let's see what Mayweather Promotions' own had to say. And I'll highlight it for you. He says, Caleb Plant knows he is going to win, and I'm with him 1,000%. I can't wait. Man, this is a great fight with Mayweather Promotions CEO and people like feeling that Caleb Plant can win. And then some people, like a lot of the radical Canelo fans, they saying there's nothing he can do and he's going to get destroyed. You know, I even heard David Benavidez, his dad, basically say that Caleb Plant's going to end up in the hospital and stuff like that. Man, this is a great fight. I'm glad they got this done. Hell of an accomplishment for boxing and undisputed. We got back-to-back Pacquiao Ugas tomorrow. I'm doing the watch party. BWP, be there, B square, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We got Wilder making his long-awaited return, Tyson Fury Part 3. You got Canelo, undisputed. And we don't know what the rest of the calendar. So hell of a job to Al Heyman, PBC, for getting this done. And I can't wait. There's just such a variance of opinion, you know, because Mayweather Promotions CEO Leonard ELLERBE saying Plant knows he's going to win. So he's confident. And you see Caleb Plant, he said, you got to come see me. I'm telling you, he's really confident. He really thinks he can beat Canelo. And Canelo ain't lost since the Mayweather fight. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a good fight. And we're going to see what's what. Like me, I don't care to argue and go back and forth. You know, if it ain't about no money or furthering my brand and business or taking care of my family, you know, I got less and less time for that. Come on, let's go. So I seen a couple other things that I want to mention regarding the Canelo fight. There are some people, it's like, it's cool. Canelo has fans that will oftentimes just say whatever, but we will see ultimately what it is. First week in November, a fan says, Leonard, you must not have seen Caleb Plant get rocked by Uzcategui. Imagine someone of Canelo's level. Come on now. But this, to be honest, this is the one-sided biased commentary that I'm referring to. First of all, sometimes people, first of all, I don't even know where he's talking about, where Caleb Plant was so rocked up by Uzcategui, especially when Caleb Plant got 2 knockdowns in that fight and handily won, right? That's for starters. I was at that fight too. So that's one thing. I don't even know what moment he's talking about where Caleb was badly rocked, right? Second, how are we to judge Caleb Plant when he was a challenger and never been a champion versus he's been a defending champion? So that's like me comparing Floyd Mayweather of today, or in the Mosley fight, to Floyd Mayweather that fought Gennaro Hernandez. That's where you graduate. Usually if you prove certain things and milestones and accolades to yourself, your confidence will probably grow, you know, if you're a defending champion, right? Because you went and you rose above and made that transition and graduation. So these are several reasons why this looks foolish. And again, the reason why I know it's biased and, you know, Canelo groupie man fans and stuff like that, man fandom, is because it says, Leonard, you must not have seen Caleb get rocked by Uzcategui. But there's a clip of Miguel Cotto's brother who never accomplished what Miguel Cotto has accomplished. When Canelo fought him, when Canelo was about 18, 19, Jose Miguel Cotto, right? So the worst brother, not Miguel Cotto, but his brother, even though Canelo later fought Cotto. So we got to make that distinction. And Canelo got rocked and he started falling into the ropes. So even if this is the Alonzo guy's talking point, right? People get hurt, but what does that have to do with it? Why would we only mention Canelo, his opponent, getting hurt? And I don't even remember what moment he's talking about. You guys, if you know when Uzcategui rocked him up or whatever, let me know what round and timestamp that was at, where Caleb Plant was almost out of there or finished or anything, right? But beyond that, triangle theories don't work. That was when he was a challenger, as I just mentioned. And beyond that is Canelo's been hurt too. Golovkin hurt him, right? And Jose Miguel Cotto. So you can say, okay, Golovkin's a massive puncher. Caleb Plant's not. But Caleb Plant's certainly bigger than Jose Miguel Cotto, and he's accomplished more than Jose Miguel Cotto, right? And that person rocked Canelo. So, you know, it's a fight. Leonard Ellerbe says, there's no fighter that's invincible-ish. At some point, if you fight long enough, every fighter will face adversity in the fight. I don't care who it is, and how one responds to it determines a lot. By the way, Canelo has been buzzed before, which is exactly what I said, just like every other fighter has. And so what? You see what I'm saying? And I can't wait. You know, I ultimately can't wait for the fight, because people could say whatever, but there's not even much need to talk, because the fight's already signed, right? The fight signed, we get it, you know, and hooray for that. So at the end of the day, props to Canelo for taking the Plant fight. Dangerous fight for both fighters, in my opinion. Stylistically, Canelo has struggled with guys who have the ability to stand in position, but also can use their legs at the drop of a dime and give some lateral movement and different looks, change levels and stuff like that. Canelo does exceptionally well if you're in front of him in his wheelhouse, a la James Kirkland, Average, Pilgrim, Yildirim, or whatever. Guys like that, you just stand in front of him, you know, you're going to get chopped up more than likely, unless you mix that in like Floyd Mayweather did, mix in the toe-to-toe stuff with some other things and give different looks. Canelo's definitely smart enough to, you know, stay in there. But, you know, again, people act like, I know I got the realest commentary in the game, because I don't have any personal affinity where I'm not going to keep it real. And if we're keeping it real, Caleb Plant, you could say, oh, he had flaws, but we've seen flaws with Canelo, like his stamina. You know, I don't know, on the DAZN later fights, all of a sudden, I don't know why the Canelo stamina looked exceptionally better, but it did. But in the past, he's had stamina issues. And if he's having to chase Caleb Plant, and Caleb Plant's giving him different looks and offsetting, you can be drained from punching and missing and things like that. So stylistically, it's a great fight, whether you're picking Canelo or Caleb Plant. It doesn't really matter. We will find out in November, because one fighter is leaving with all 4 belts. Let me know what you guys think. Mayweather Promotions believes that Caleb Plant 1,000% can and will win it, it sounds like. So drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Use my link in the description to get TUBEBUDDY. TUBEBUDDY is an awesome browser extension if you want to make money on this platform like yours truly. I've been using it for years, and we're going to see what it is. Canelo, Caleb Plant. It was only a couple months to talk, and then we got to see some action. And I'm out.